Dear students, welcome back to Full Scholarships live video series. Today's video is very important as we are going to discuss about the GKS Global Korea Scholarship for the session 2024. These scholarships are for the graduate degree programs, that is Masters and PhD. We will show you the full process, how to fill the application, how to submit the application, what are the steps required, and how many sets you need to submit, and which document you need to apostille or notarize before submitting, and what's the procedure. We'll go through all of this, and there might be confusion among many students who wish to apply for this, that what is the procedure, how do I apply, where do I submit the documents. You might have seen a lot of videos on the YouTube, but I guarantee that this is going to be completely different, as we will show you the absolute procedure and easy guidance and tips for this process. Before that, I remind you to subscribe our YouTube channel for scholarships, and do share this video with your friends so that they can also apply for this particular opportunity, and follow us on Instagram page as well. So the link for this Korean government scholarship, GKS scholarship, is given in the video description below. First, you need to reach the website where we have put all the information together. So just check out the video descriptions or the about section of the YouTube. Link is also given there, or the bio of the Instagram page. Links are also given there. Or the easiest way, directly visit our website fullscholarships.net or kashmirlook.com. And once you are here, you can see that this is a fully funded scholarship, and probably if you are watching this video, so you definitely know the reason you are here. So GKS scholarship 2024, and basic informations that we have put together is that there are around 2200 scholarships for all the countries together, and they are for the masters and PhD different certifications. You can also do that. And what are the basic requirements? We directly go to the main website where we can fulfill that, and you can also cross check all the information here. But for this particular, we will go direct to the main website, and we have also put the main website so that you cannot like you cannot easily get, if you cannot get easily the link, we have provided the preview of the website here directly on our website. You can see below there is a link where all the information regarding the scholarship is given here from the direct website. So now let's go directly to the official website. In order to get there, you have to click on this visit here link. So first you have to click, or you might have already known the link for the official website, so you have to do and go to the official website. So for on our website we have given the link here, so you can click on that. And once you click on that, you can see this type of page. If you're watching GKS scholarships for the first time, or if you know previously about this, or if you are looking for how do we fill the form, so you might have known this page already. So here is the basic details, guidelines about the scholarship, and all the secret lies in this page. So many of the students know will ask that where do I submit documents? It's mentioned here where you can see guidelines, you can see forms, you can see university information, you can see promotional poster. So first two are very important for you. Without these you cannot do anything. So these are the guidelines, these are the forms that you need to fulfill. First, let's check out the scholarship form. So on the step 2, you can see scholarship form. Just download this scholarship form in the docs format. So this type of form will be downloaded. Once you click on that, let me enable the editing first. Here you can see this is the form that you will download once you click on this link here in the second step. So now you downloaded the form. You can see the checklist here. All the confusion will be now concluded, so that you can have clear vision what you need to do. So you can see documents required to complete. You can see in the type 1 here. First is the application form. So here you can see application documents, full list is given here up to the 21st. And now on the right side you can see one more column, that is masters, second column is doctoral, and third is research. So for masters there is coursework as well as research work. For doctoral there is both course and research, they are mandatory. And above doctoral you can see research is included in all these. So you can see for masters all the required documents are listed here. So you can see application form, this form it's mandatory for all the three. Personal statement, all the three, it's mandatory. Study plan, that is research proposal, both it's required. You can see for masters and well as doctoral or PhD. Research proposal, it's not applicable to masters, so you can see only applicable for the research program. So if your coursework is, if your like program is for the engineering purpose, so research work is, research proposal is mandatory, so then you need to submit this. If you are just going for the coursework in the masters, it's not mandatory there. So study plan and research proposal both are different, but their idea is same, the core is same. Research proposal, you have to give the previous outline of the research which is going on, which has already been completed in your domain. What is the new thing that you can do additionally to the research? Like how do you make a research paper? If you know well for the research, you know how to make research proposal. If you know how to write a research paper, how to do the thesis and all that, you know what is the research proposal. But if you still do not know, if you need our guidance on making a research proposal, you can just visit our website, order there, we can make one for you. Study plan, just outlay the study plan. It's similar to the research proposal, but there is no previous study involved in this. So you have to outlay what is going on, what will you do, and how will you complete your study there. After that, you can see one letter of recommendation. It's occurred in all the three. So you have to get it from your previous academician, previous academic professor, you say. Letter of invitation, it's not mandatory. So you do not need to have any of the acceptance offer. So you just fulfill this application. Then GKS applicant agreement, it's attached below. Personal medical assessment, it's also attached below the form. Consent, all these documents are attached below, so you have to just check one by one. So now another thing is that you can see you have to choose from this or this. So two options are there. You can either apply as embassy track or university track. You do have to confirm whether you can apply for both the tracks, but I recommend just go with the one. If your application is successful, you can easily apply through that. So suppose the best and the easiest and the nearest way to apply is whole the process of this application is offline, so you need to know the nearest point you can apply. So it's obviously the South Korean embassy in your city or in your country. Suppose you select embassy track here, so now you can fulfill the name of the institution receiving the application. You have to identify the university where you wish to apply, so then you can also apply to the university track as well, but recommending just choose the one. It depends on your favor, so if you wish to go for the both, you can do. As you see, obviously the university is common which will receive the institution, which will receive your application form. So you can see name of the institution receiving the application form, you can mention that. Then applicant's full name, all the names, first name, middle name, last name, it should be as per the passport you have. Then country of the citizenship, mention your country, and then simply checklist the documents. So I am applying for the masters, so I'll take this, and then I have to take all the documents that are required in my, so I will check them, and you have to check, you have to take these here. You can see these are not required, these are optional. If you have optional documents as well, you just submit them. So I have passport, I'll just mention that. I have previous recognition and awards, I will mention that. So if you tick these, you have to add the attachments, you have to add the documents of these whichever you are mentioning, or the tick here. So you have to tick all the documents applicable to you, whichever are required, they are mandatory. Whichever is optional, you can either tick them or not. So passport, obviously you mention this passport, and I recommend having passport, then you apply for this particular opportunity because passport is mandatory to travel. So then on the second page, there is a Form 1 2024 Global Career Scholarship application. So here the application begins. So track, MBC track I will, and I am applying as a general student. So you can see you have to mention that. And for university, you can also select one that is general. So I'll just take this as well. And here you can see I'll just take this as well. So this Once you suppose you fulfilled this application form, now what will you do? Where will do you will submit this? So you will submit this application form to the nearest Korean embassy, and you can also mail it to the university. So both, there are the two processes. Embassy filters out the student, they shortlist. There is a round one with the embassy, and second they do itself. And similar, the university does the round one selection, and then there is second round selection. So there are almost two rounds of the selection. First round, there are two options as well. Embassy does its own round and the university does its own round. So you can submit to both embassy and university. And then you have to prepare documents. One you have to do is just fulfill this form. You submit all the form here. We will do that. And suppose you completed this form, attached all the documents that were mentioned for you, then you printed the form, and then you attached the documents below. You made a print of one set. Similarly, you have to make four sets of the application, one for the university and two for the embassy, and the original, that too, for the embassy. So what you need to do is, with the original documents, you need to have apostille. We will show you that how to do apostille, how to get your degree recognized. So your country must be in the apostille list. It's all available on the internet. First, this application form, set of documents, then your original documents, make a one set of that original documents and this application form. And those original documents must be apostilled from the embassy or the nearest recognizing authority that apostilles that your degree. So all the original documents must be apostilled, which are mentioned in the application form. So passport is not, there is no need to apostille the passport, just your citizenship certificate and transcripts. Just apostille them, make them in a single envelope, put the application form together, and seal it and send it to the nearest embassy you have. How do you know the embassy nearest to you? We'll show you that as well. And in the second, photocopy of the documents and the application form, set 2. Set 3, photocopy of the documents and the application form. Set 3, photocopy of the documents and application form. Three sets, one original, two copies have to be sent to the embassy, and a fourth, or the photocopy set, has to be sent to the Korean university. Or the different amount of universities you apply, you have to set the duplicate sets to all the universities where you apply. Maximum, I recommend applying only 3 where similar courses are adapted or provided. So here you can see application form. You mention the general, then I am applying for the masters, I'll tick that. Which course I am going for, the engineering course, here I will tick that. Then my family name, given name as per the passport, and the middle name. Then upload a photograph here. You can paste a photograph here. And then gender, so take the male or female you are. Citizenship country, are you in Korean citizenship? No, I am not. Your parents? No, they are not Korean. Then the GKS, previous scholar, so are you a previous scholar? So no, I do not have any information. Contact information, if you have, you can submit. So enter the address where you have, and the phone number, then the email, where you, which email do you possess, so mention that. Then choice of the university and the department, so choice 1, type B or type A. Type A or type B, you can see all the choices. So for embassy track you have to mention this here. So how do you get choice type B, type A or type B, you can see. And for university you can also take this. And how do you get these universities? So if you scroll down, you can see, let me scroll down to the last page. Here you can see, at last there are the university lists. So let me show you that. The university lists, they are also there. And let me show you that. Okay, they are in the guidelines. So let's go back to the website here. You can download the first step, that is guidelines. And once you download the guidelines, this type of PDF will be there. So you can see, let me show you the university list, that is type A and type B, that you need to fulfill in the application form. Many will show you this guidelines. You can see type A and type B, it's mentioned here. You can see contacts of the university. So type A or type B, you have to filter which university is suitable for you. Just check the QS ranking, the good university for you, just choose that university. Suppose for example this, let us choose any of the university. So KAIST is the type A university. So you can see I'll copy that type A, go to the application form. Here you can see type A university name. So KAIST type A is the, and the field of study. Here you go. Back to that, you can see uh, KIST has almost all the engineering courses. So go to the main KIST website, and if there is also program website, so they don't have mentioned this. So you can go directly to the KIST website uh, and then check out which courses they offer or the course that you are applying. Look that course if that is mentioned in that. So suppose I'll just mention uh, I'll just mention engineering here. So you can see I'm mentioning engineering that they offer, and department, suppose I am going for the civil engineering department, and you have to similarly mention that this is optional other. Then second, you can see type, and you have to go to the, again to the guideline. You can see, then suppose I will go with this in high university, copy, I'll copy that information here in the second choice. Similarly, then university track, which university apply, suppose I'll go again with the type A, and you can see type A or type B. So I'll go with the KIST. So KIST is the main preference I am. And in third preference, suppose I'll go with the ING university. Here you can say INJE university. I'll go with this. This is the important part. Rest you know. So all the three are providing the engineering. So you can see I'll just copy paste that and fulfill this. All the three are in the same department, so I'll just paste the same department here. So you need to cross check if you want to change, like you want to go from civil to the computer science, or I recommend staying in the core domain which you have completed previously. So like you are applying for master, so obviously you have bachelor's degree, it be it in computer science, just go with computer science. Then for the master, you are in the civil engineering, just go with the relevant environmental science or civil engineering or architectural engineering. So just stay in the core domain. Then language abilities. So if you have any of the proficiencies, so I do not have any of them, so I'll just mention IELTS or TOEFL. So IELTS and TOEFL is mandatory here. So now you see IELTS and TOEFL is mandatory here. So I'll just mention, suppose IELTS, and mention the IELTS score, and then simply level of education you have previously, like high school information. So enter the high school name and the location of the country and year of graduation. Suppose you have completed in 2014, and then bachelor's degree, you suppose say ABC University, location of the country, you can mention that. Then what was the major, suppose I say Tech in civil. So this relates to my master's degree. Now I had applied for the master's in the civil engineering. So graduation date, mentioning the graduation date in the year wise. Suppose I graduated in 2020, so similar form you have to mention. And so you can see in the same form you have to mention. And the thesis title, just mention your thesis title whichever you submitted in the project, and any research papers you have. So just mention the research paper title, and or just mention the DOI links here, and all the research paper that you have published or research works you have done, or the conferences you have attended. Just mention, if your work is published online, just mention journal names and DOI links there. After that, university. So master's degree, so I obviously mentioned this university. If you have done the master's degree previously, so you can mention that degree. I have not, so I'll just leave them blank. So you can see now CGPA for the previous degree program. So you can see example they have mentioned. So how do you convert this out of 20 or out of 100 converted CGPA, you see. So how do you convert to the 100 scale? You go to the guidelines here, and there, or in the application form, let me see, in the guidelines or in the application form they have given the scale. So you need to check that. So let me show you the scale. It's in the guidelines, and let me show you the scale. It is in the guidelines here. I will show you that. Here you can see this is the convergence scale. So you have to check which is your CGPA, then you have to convert it to the Korean scale. You can see it's mentioned here, and Korean scale points are mentioned here. Suppose I have got the CGPA of 3.9 to 3.96 or 4-point scale, whichever scale you is applicable to you. Just check what is your CGPA. If it is already in the percentage, you don't need to change that. You can just see and directly apply that percentage. So I recommend just convert your percentage to the 5 CGPA scale or 4 CGPA scale and then see what is applying to you. Suppose my percentage is like 90%. So I convert that 90% to the 4 CGPA scale. It comes to this 3.92 to the 3.96 CGPA. So now you can see it shows 99 scale. So for 90%, 99 scale applies. Similarly, you have to convert that and come back to this form where we left. So here you can see my original transcript mentions this. Suppose my original transcript mentions this 3.9 slash out of 4.0. So then my converted scale, you can see converted GPA is, you have to mention here, you can see it's 99 out of 100 and you can see it's 99 of 100. So similarly you have to fulfill that and then indicate the transcripts of your semesters. Like I have four-year program, like eight semester degree. So similarly you have to convert that ranks or the CGPA, just mention that CGPA in converted form or in the grade ranks here. Whatever is your original, just mention that or just convert it to the current scale and mention semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4, all the semesters you have. So after GPA, if you have previously received any of the scholarships, just mention in that list and previously visited to Korea by any reason, by be it for the tourism purpose or any business purpose, just mention your history. It will enhance your application if you already have visited. Then personal statement, you can see in the second, here you can see in the second checklist, you can see personal statement. So it's already given there. The format is here. So mention what motivates you. These points must be covered in this, and you can just type the motivation or the personal statement here. It's type of a motivation letter, but personal statement refers to the current stats you hold and the educational degrees you hold. So just in terms of that and your experience, just mention that. And after that, scroll down, you can see study plan. So it's mentioned there. Whatever documents they have asked, you can see all the sections are here. So you can see form 3, you can scroll down, you can see study plan. So here you have to mention that. And after that you can see research proposal is there, and if this applies to you, you can see research proposal. If this applies to you, so no, it's not applying to us, but I want for my degree, because my degree is going to be in the research domain, and I will not only do the coursework, I will do the research paper as well. So I'll go with the research masters by research or masters by coursework. I will go with the masters by research. So I will do this research proposal part. I will do all the things and mention that. After that, you can see recommendation letter. This is mandatory for all the three. So I'll just take my master's degree here and then instructions for the recommender. So you see recommender's name. So you have to mention your professor's name, institution affiliated to the professor, title of the professor, email of the professor, phone of the professor, and please type the recommendation below. So if you have already got the recommendation letter, you can just copy type that context here or ask your professor to particularly write one for you, that you can paste it here. And you can see you can delete this instruction and mention that information for both application to the embassy, application to the university. So whichever the first and the foremost thing, embassy is mandatory. Second, university is optional. If you just apply to embassy, you are eligible. If you just apply to the university, it's not good. You are eligible, but it's recommended you apply to the embassy as well. So embassy is the first priority, second is the university. And if you apply to both, no worries, just apply to maximum of the three universities and send a document set along with this application to all them. So you don't have to send original to the university, just send original to the embassy with the application sets. So three sets to three universities suppose, and set of original with the copy of application to the embassy. Then letter of invitation, you can see this is not mandatory. If you don't have, if you have already offer, you can mention details of that offer letter here, but we have no offer letters, we'll skip this. And then GKS application agreement, so you have to tick all these, so tick these all, so mention. And after that you have to enter the full name, date and signature. You have to do that here. If you print this form, you can do that manually, but I recommend doing it here. After that, you can see medical assessment, so you have to tick, and you have to tick yes and no to any of the diseases or any of the disabilities, any of the optionals you have. It like matches with you, so mention that, otherwise just mention no. After that, you can see consent, so scroll down, agree to the terms and conditions, enter the purpose and the third party information. You can see you have to agree to that, and then mention the date you are signing this form, applicant's name and signature. So you completed this form, you are done with this form, just print this form, all the information is there, and then just make the document set. So I'll show you. Just make the document set, and they have also mentioned the addresses of the embassies. So let me show you that. Okay, let me show you that. They have also the frequently asked questions. If you have doubts in any, where do you submit this? How do I get the recommendation letter? And you can see about recommendation. We recommend you to receive the recommendation from someone who can provide through assessment, so that they can contact their professor as well. So scroll down. There are already a lot of questions they have answered. So let me show you the one that was very mandatory. So how do we fulfill this form? They had mentioned it here. So also the important question is that if you have misspelling of any of the names, if your passport name is different what you mention in the application, your application will be rejected. So all the names in any of the, so you can see are there tips on those choosing three universities. So you can see now you have got my point. Let me show you where do you, so here you can see I have applied one, two, three different universities. So you need to send document set and the application form set to all the three universities here, and one to the embassy. You got my point why we need to make the four envelope sets. The original one is for the embassy and the copies are for these universities. You got my point? And then here are the tips they have mentioned. So let me show you the information that I was looking for. So let me zoom it out so that we can get maximum of the questions on the screen. So here you can see MBC track applicant. Should I apostille my birth certificate four times? No. You just need one original copy that you need to have apostille, and then photocopy of that apostille to three sets to three different universities. So obviously you have to make four sets. One with the original apostilled documents and application to the embassy, and a copy of that apostilled documents with the application to all the three universities. Again, I am reminding you that. Then you can see other questions. Let us check that. Deadline is not mentioned here. So submission and method deadline, you can see, may I apply directly to the NIIED? So no, we cannot apply directly to NIIED. So you need, applicants must submit their application document to the GKS selection department at Korean embassy. You can see Korean embassy or university they are applying to. So you see both the options there. I recommend sending original to the Korean embassy and copies of the that apostilled documents and application to the Korean universities. So that is the main question they have answered. How do you fill this application? To the Korean embassy and to the Korean universities. Original to the Korean embassy and copies. If you have doubts in this, just comment down below the video. So where do you get the address for the Korean embassies? Here at the end they have mentioned the list. Now you can see. So here you can see the offices of the Korean embassies. Now you have to choose, check your country. What is your country? Suppose you are from the Africa, suppose you are from the Egypt. So you can see Embassy of Republic of this. There is the address, email you can mention and post that document, original set of documents along with application form to this embassy here. Suppose in my country it's India, so you can see Embassy of Republic of Korea in India. Phone number as well as contact is mentioned here, email is given here, so you can check, and you can just mail to that address which is mentioned here. So you can see all the, you cannot just go to any of the offices, particularly you have to mention this address so that they can receive your application. All the information is there, contact information is there, GPA conversion scale is there, table is there, and you can see if you have doubts in any of that, you can just go through this guideline page, all the information they have solved here. So if you want to know, and do mention that you cannot just submit the duplicate copies of the applications, just make single application that is solid. If you are found to make any duplicate applications or two applications by two different names, you will be rejected absolutely, and you get banned from the Korean GKS scholarship for the lifetime. So then you can see application periods, and here you can see first round, second round. So it depends on the university we are applying. So MBC track and university track, you can see first round through the embassy, through the university, then NIED, both get application to the NIED. So you don't have to send here, you have to just send either embassy or university. I recommend sending both. And then you can see the documents that you have to apostille, original documents, all they are mentioned here. So proof of citizenship, that is birth certificate, it's mandatory to apostille. Then transcripts mandatory to apostille. Degree certificate mandatory to apostille. Passport is not mandatory to apostille. Just you don't have to submit that at the moment, because at the visa process they will be asking for the passport at that time. And there is one benefit for this application. If you are still in your last semester of bachelor's degree, you can apply for. You can still apply, because the semester will end maximum in the June, so you can apply till that. And if you don't have passport right now, just make the passport, because it comes in 2 3 months in some countries. In some countries, in my country, it just comes in 15 days. So just apply for the passport as well along with this application form you are filling. So you can see all the information is there. Any restrictions, any questions you have, just check out that eligibility criteria. Again, it's mentioned here. For the master's, minimum level is bachelor's degree, and for doctoral, master's is minimum. So for research like postdoctorate, master's, PhD is mandatory, and bachelor's as well. So you can see how many seats are there for the university track. So if you apply directly to the university, so my country hold 54 applications, and if you apply through the embassy, my country has some 28 vacancies. So collectively 28 and 54, you can see the total. Okay, here you can see 73 and 54, 73 and 28. So around 100 applications for my country. Similarly, you have to check if you apply to the university, total number of applications, and if you apply through the embassy, total number of applications. So you get your chances calculated, where are your most chances. This application part seems very tough, so most of the applicants just skip this and they do not submit the application. I recommend, do not take this application as tough, just submit this, as this is the very best chance to study in the South Korea. You will definitely get selected if you go complete this application in the right way. So I hope you have no doubts now left for the Global Korean Scholarship. And we are the first on the YouTube that have shown the full process and the detailed guide on how do you submit this. If you still have doubt, just comment down below the video. We'll guide you there. And if you have any issues, if you're facing issues, just take the screenshot, message us on Instagram. And remember, before submitting or sending us any of the questions, do remember to follow and subscribe. And again, I am reminding you the link for this South Korean scholarship is given in the video description below, or in the about section of the Instagram, or in the about section of the YouTube, or directly with our website fullscholarships.net. All that material, application form and guidelines can be downloaded here from the official website, and this type of application forms and guidelines can be downloaded. You can see guidelines is also there. And I hope you have understood all the queries. Let's summarize the today's video description. First, download the guideline, then download the application form, fill the application form, check all these, tick all these documents and get the documents ready. Attach the documents to this application form, print this application form, make 4 different sets, and one with the original documents that are apostilled, apostille documents plus application form, send it to the embassy, and then copy of the apostille documents and application to the University 1, University 2, and University 3. That's it. I hope you have no doubts now left. If you still have, just comment down below the video. But please remember to subscribe and keep watching. Have a nice day ahead.